right. Good evening and welcome to Peny Radio and Peny GH on YouTube. We're sorry we have to start late. For those of you who are just listening to music, you were just listening to some songs on Peny Radio. We apologize, okay? So I was just asking myself, so in Africa, when at all are we going to start a program without apologizing? It is becoming something else. But we have to repeat. We apologize, okay? All right, so it is Tell Me About It with Esi K. I don't know. Okay, she's here herself. For me, I'm super excited to be a part of this whole new thing, okay? It is the new thing, the new big thing. Right here on Peny Radio. We're live on YouTube, Peny GH. We were trying to give you something small on Facebook, but you know, we are in Ghana, we are in Africa. And we can't always complain about internet. What is NCA doing? Hello, we are live. All right, so Esi K is here. I want to find out something small from her before we enter today's program. So if today is the first time you're listening to Peny Radio or watching us on YouTube, hello and welcome to Peny Radio and Peny GH. This is a wonderful family and we welcome you. All right, so I have Esi K here. I want us to have a short, some small chat before we start. All right. So good evening and welcome to Peny Radio.
Good evening and yeah.
All right. You can. She's excited already. I don't know how you feeling watching or listening, but the whole studio is. You see, when time was running and we had not started, this fire is burning out. But we are live now. Thank you for waiting. So, Esi, today is a holiday, okay? But thanks to our Muslim brothers, today is a holiday. How are you spending the holiday so far?
Well, thanks to them, I was able to stay at home and obviously indoors. So yeah.
Really, indoors.
Yeah.
All right. Myself, I've been here in the studio, so I think I can also say indoors.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right. So we've been indoors, and today happens to be the first day of this program. Tell me about it. Tell me about it on Peny Radio with Esi K. Okay, I'm super excited. And if you can see her, if you're doing the watching on YouTube, she's all full of smiles. Okay, I can't smile. More famous, you know. All right. So today happens to be the first day of this program. How do you feel about this program?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you and then Peny Radio, and in fact everyone. Like, I'm super excited. I finally made it to. Yeah. Sure.
All right. So you can hear she's super excited. Okay, she's super excited. So Esi K is here and we all ready for the program. As this is your camera over there. So if you want to say something, if you want to speak into the face of your audience, then you okay. So this is how we do it. It's going to be interactive. You are part of the program wherever you're doing the listening, wherever you're watching us. You're part of the program. So the number to contribute is 0543295571. 0543295571. If you're doing the watching, you can send your comment in the chat session or the comment session. So we'll be talking more, okay? But for now, I want us to allow Esi to give us what we having for the day. It's all about you telling us about it, okay? So all right. So Esi, you're welcome once again. And what do you have for us today? Okay.
Well, yeah. First of all, I'd like to introduce this program or this show to our listeners and then viewers. So this is a program where we get to learn about everything and nothing at the same time. Yeah. And then, what again? Yeah. So, but before that, I'd like to introduce myself a little. And Aquadokas Esi K, a current student of the Ghana Institute of Journalism, an old student of Methodist Girls Senior High School and Little Roses, respectively. And as a human or as a person, I have a lot of interest in so many things. And we are all curious people, so that has led us to this place to have this wonderful time and conversation. Yeah. So, yeah, let's just delve into the topic for today, which is, do stereotypes have an impact on us? Yes or no? What do you think?
There's something about whatever happens, in the world will have an impact on us. So I think it is a yes. Yeah, it is.
Doesn't mean the show has ended.
Not really, That is why we are working with people. I might say yes, but there's someone out there doing the watching and there's someone out there doing the listening with a different opinion. So let's see, maybe after going through it, something else might come out,
Okay. So let's kickstart with the first segment, which is we first define stereotype.
All right.
Well, according to Google, one thing. With this particular show that we are going to do, we are going to use the internet to actually answer most of our questions. So, yeah, Google is there. Key out there. So, yeah. Stereotype is a widely held but fixed and oversimplified image or idea of a particular type of person or thing. So, a synonym of stereotype, according to Google, is cliche. And I agree with that. So what we are basically saying is that stereotypes are beliefs and then expectations that we have as humans concerning members of our out groups. And then, we usually stereotype based on gender, age, ethnicity, religion, and then so have you. And then the stereotypes that we have as humans may have either a positive impact or a negative impact on another person. It could be accurate or inaccurate. And then stereotypes at the same time could be rejected by the members of the group or the society that is being stereotyped against. So, for instance, there's this stereotype that females are warm. Yeah, that is like a positive stereotype. At the same time, there's this stereotype that the females are weak. That is a negative stereotype. So you realize that there are so many things people expect from the female, and then there are so many things people expect from the male. People expect females to be warm, emotional, kind, sensitive, to be the follower, to be friendly, to be fashionable, and then gentle. So when people meet females and then they realize that they don't have this kind of traits, they begin to think that, that person is quite different. Meanwhile, the person is unique in his or her own way. And then there are some traits of men as well. People think males should be competent, stable, they should be leaders. A man is supposed to be accomplished, or it should be like a man is supposed to be aggressive. So we have stereotypes, we stereotype against people based on their gender. Immediately we see people, we think, this person is going to be this particular way because this person is a male or a female. And then when we don't meet those expectations, we begin to think they are wrong or like something. Yeah. And apart from the funny thing is, apart from gender, people stereotype others based on their marital status. For instance, people think that those who are single are immature. They also think that those who are single are insecure. Those who are single are unhappy. Those who are single are lonely. Like, there's so many stereotypes going on. And then there's this stereotype about the married people too. That those who are married are mature. Those who are married are stable. Those who are married are happy. But then there are people who are married who are not happy. I mean, you can't just judge someone based on the fact that the person is single or the person is married. So you realize that we stereotype against people because of their status or the kind of groups that they belong to, which shouldn't be so. We should have an open mind and then listen to people or try to get to know the individual as a person without having like a perception or judging upfront. Yeah.
All right. So you heard it all. That the show is about starting. But you know, with what you shared, okay, with what I want to come in here with what you shared about this stereotype about married men, that they're supposed to be matured. You see, the whole thing about maturity is something else. That there are some people you think they are matured, but they show that only when they are outside. With some of the things they do, okay, their bossy way of working, just, a man should be hard, a man should be that. But when it gets to the point where they need to stand in and show their maturity, that's where you get to know that no, not every married man or not every man is that hard. Not every. So anyway, we're still on. Probably you don't fall in this category, but who knows? You also be coming. we still right here on Tell Me About It with Esi K. You can share your comment. What do you think about what we're sharing today? You can send your comments on 0543295571. It is on WhatsApp. And also, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can share in the chat session, okay? We'll read for you. And then if you agree with what she's saying, you say, yeah. If you do not agree, you say, no. But you don't say it now without telling us what your view is. All right. So the show is still on.
Okay. So apart from we stereotyping against people based on their gender, their ethnicity and all that, there are some stereotypes foreigners do have of Africa. And then let me tell you about some. For instance, let's take Asia as a continent. In China, they view themselves as a benevolent helper of Africans. To the extent that in China's internet culture, unlucky or incompetent video gamers are called Africans. A reference to the expression that blackface is like unlucky. I mean, how can you say that? Because someone is unlucky playing a game or something, the person is an African. That is like something, the stereotype that says that we Africans are unlucky. But that is not true. It's inaccurate. It's so inaccurate. And then Japan also views Africa as a continent that needs help. I'm not refuting the fact that we do need help, but then just basing on one or two things and then saying that we need help, it's yeah.
Oh, yeah. And anyway, we Africans, okay? We Africans. Please, do we need help? All right, the show is still on. Tell me about it. I know that people see Africans as, but with this particular one, I thought we don't. Anyway, you are telling me about it. I didn't know that is what I thought they only show it to us in books, but. Anyway, let's tell me about it right here on Peny Radio and Peny GH. If you have any question, if you have any contribution, you can share with us either on YouTube in the comment section or on WhatsApp. All right. Okay. So let me. Okay. Forgive. Kwazi is doing the watching. Okay. Forgive is doing the watching, and. Am I saying right? Lordland Lai is also doing the watching. Hello. All right. So is it? Tell us more. Tell us more about all these things. Some of us are lost too. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, not only Asians or Europeans or other continents have these stereotypes. We as Africans also have the stereotype against them, obviously. For instance, some people or some of us think that everyone in the US or something is rich, which isn't true. That isn't true. I bet there would be someone who is poor out there. There would be someone who is begging, just like this place. Some even go as far as to think that every city in the US is like the New York City, the one we see in the movies, you start watching Lucifer and then all those other movies, and then you see the New York City. You begin to think, oh, that is how it is. And that is how the media is shaping and making us believe that they are without problems or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go into details, you realize that like we'll be far better.
Charlie, Obinya Waye. I think that's it. Obinya Waye, I'm right. Okay, Obinya. You know, my uncle told me something. He schooled in Cuba. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And then when Uncle Eddie, okay, when he was coming down, he came with a girlfriend he wanted to marry. Okay, and then when we said, hey, Kwame, when you scout now, and so whenever he said that, we thought, oh, maybe it's because you've come with cash and you don't want us to blow cash some. So, but when we started seeing pictures, then what you're saying is true. So true. Yeah. It's so true. And see, Charlie Ghana, we are not the only poor people. Okay, that's some. Yeah, and if there were no poor people over there, Kayenya Brofudin of poor. Yeah, so she's right. For this, I'll attest to it. Okay.
I see.
All right. So tell us more.
Well, also, I mean, outsiders also think that Africa, like as a continent, is a country. You know, I was surprised when I first said that Africa is a country. I was like, what? Africa is a continent with 54 independent countries on its own, and then Africa is the second largest continent. I'm like, what? For them to think Africa is a country, I think it's the media they have over there, and then the kind of images they've seen about us that makes them believe that, okay, Africa is poor, Africa is disease-ridden, Africa is this, Africa is that, and everything they are seeing, you know, they are not seeing Africa from their own eyes. They're seeing it from the eyes and then the images the media gives to them. Yeah. So they are feeding on those kind of information, and then they believe and then they think, oh yeah, that is Africa.
Oh God, have mercy. You see, that is one thing about, and I think we are now and bad news. Okay, sells. Bad news sells. Okay, so if bad news sells, then why not put out the bad news so that they get what they want? So if making them believe that blacks are living on trees and all those kind of things will give them the attention, then they'll go ahead and do it.
Well, even with the internet, you search for Ghana. I once searched for Ghana and I was like, wait, what? Are you telling me these are the images you could get of Ghana? There are so many nice places in Ghana you could just put, but then why would you choose to put like a child with a stomach? Oh gosh, like
the Koshiako baby.
Yeah.
There are nice people in Ghana. nice people. Okay. All right. So if you want to be part of the show, you can send us your comment on WhatsApp 0543295571 or on YouTube, or just comment and in the chat. Okay. All right. So the show is still on. Tell me about it with Esi K. We are learning a lot today. So if whatever she has said is something new to you, let us know this is new. If it's not new and you want to contribute, go ahead, feel free. Okay, we don't just want to tell you about it, we want you also to tell us about it, you know. All right, so the show is still on. Do we have some more? We need to learn. Okay, we are learning.
Oh, sure. One thing about stereotypes is that because we believe stereotypes usually communicate about the...
Sure, go ahead. Our viewers understand. All right. Okay. If you need help, I have a fine gentleman here who can assist you. All right. Okay, so we can. You were saying something before we went off.
Oh, okay. I was saying that because stereotypes communicate the beliefs that we have concerning certain groups, you realize that these individuals who are part of the groups become targeted.
Yeah.
So instead of this stereotype being of help or helping an individual to do something, it rather becomes a negative, something that depersonalizes like a human being. For instance, if you take people, a woman. I'm not being a gender something, but like let me take let me take a woman. So for instance, should I say that oh, you did so well on this test? Oh, like claps. You realize that I'll be like, oh yeah, I've done so well. But then like a guy or an administrator comes up and then it's a guy and then he says you did well for a woman. I would be like, what do you mean? I did well because I did well, but why add the fact that I did well for a woman? That makes it all hey. So I wish people would just do things and then wouldn't stereotype against people because of their gender and say you did well for a woman, but would say you did well because you did well, and not say that you did well because you're a man, but then you did well because you did well. Like if the individuals are seen as an individual or like as a unique person, I think stereotypes can brush off or go away.
All right. And with what you're talking about, okay, I have an example. when we were in JHS, okay, our headmaster's son, okay, in primary school, that boy wasn't too good, and so people saw him to be not a bright person. But when we got to the JHS, the guy was picking up, and there was this examination that the guy topped the class. And the news was because he's the headmaster's son, he picked the question papers for him. And you know the funny thing, in their batch that year, BC, he was the best candidate.
Exactly.
But because he topped class exam, they thought a headmaster because of, you see, and that could have damaged the guy for the rest of his life. But he was able to pick up and he became the best student for the whole school.
And you know, not everyone is like that guy. There's some people who would end up becoming dropouts and all those stuff because of something someone might have said. And the funny thing about stereotype is those who stereotype against others don't even realize that they are being stereotypical. They don't realize that what they are saying is going to have an impact on the other person's life. They just say it, they go and then they forget about it, and then the person moves over it on and on and on and on. So
Charlie, it's not too good. Let's take some comments, okay? I'm reading this one from YouTube. This is coming from Michael Harrison. He's saying, I'm really enjoying the show. Thank you, Michael. And this is coming from Richmond Dear. He says, are women the only victims of stereotypes? Richmond, tell us about it.
I'm not saying women are the only victims of stereotype.
Okay, is there please give an example for read the news some why. Okay, so this example I gave was a male. So Richmond, he was a guy, okay, the headmaster's son.
I can give you another example if you want for a male, okay, so that I don't become a gender or something. So for the male, for instance, I don't want to use this, but let me use it. So a man's father or a relative die and then he's in tears and he wants to really cry, then you realize that people like what? Can't he express his emotion? You know, women are like have emotions and stuff, and then male are emotionless. No, for males, Richmond.
Rich, are you happy now? Are you on the same page now? But that whole thing, Bemenson, is killing so many people. Okay? You know that there's some issues that you need to come out,
voice out, and talk free about it.
You get it. I used to speak to Alexis here anytime the youth ministry, whenever we go to meetings and issues. Okay, I used to say that if we are brothers and sisters here, if we have to fight off to be free to settle this, let's break our necks. After all, there's hospital. Okay, we can go and mend things up. So Bemenson, and we are dying inside. So Richmond, I think you are happy now. All right. So are there any more? Okay. Go on. There's a comment, but let's. You can go ahead and then I'll pick that later.
Oh, okay. So this systematic stereotype that has been going on has to be broken.
Sure.
And then, the logic behind stereotype is that it starts from our parents, our family, our relatives, the people we listen to. Because when you're growing up, your mom or your dad tells you that, let's say, every fair person is an ewe. your mom or your dad tells you that a fancy speaks English and then adds their language to it. So you're expecting a fancy to speak their language and add English to it. You know, your family member, your friends tell you that this person is this and that, these people are these and that. Like, so you realize that you are picking or you are judging based on what you've heard from your family, your relatives, and friends. And this prevents you from being open to understand what they also are, like understand the people as that has to be reduced.
All right, it needs to be broken. So if you're fond of that, please. Okay, please. Okay, let me read this comment. This one is coming from Alexin. Is it Chimene? Sorry, if I crucify your name, please forgive me. All right, so you saying, tell us how we. What I knew was Kanewu and Semfoni. Oh God! So when she said Kanewu is better than Fashewumu, I said, oh gosh.
Something new. Okay.
All right, so we still on. The show is still on. Tell me about it with Esi K. Okay, so I have this one also. He said, okay, Richmond is saying thank you for that meal. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, there's also coming from Lai. Lai says that yes, that's their perception. I see stereotype in the studio. Esi K is in the pink headset and Dominic is in a blue headset. Just tell me about it.
Oh, that was the first thing I said.
All right. So you can be a part of this program. You can be a part of this whole show by sending in your comments. 0543295571. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can also share with us. All right. So, are there any more to learn for today?
Well, we'd have to look at the techniques or ways we can reduce stereotypes, since everything has pros and cons. So one way to reduce the stereotypes is to encourage our parents, our relatives, our family, and then our friends not to judge people based on their appearance or anything, because that is not the best. And then we have to educate them, and I wish the media would actually do something about it, because the stereotype starts from the media. Sometimes they paint a celebrity in a particular way that the celebrity is not able to live his normal life, because when he does that, there would be this stereotype that this isn't you.
Yeah.
Like, you can no longer go and buy wache at the other place because you're a celebrity. You can't do the things you wish you would have done on a normal day because you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
So the media, the voices has to break these kind of things. Like I said, those who cause these pains are so obvious of their actions, they don't even know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true. It's way true. Yeah. Okay, so there's this comment. Priscilla said, I love you, girl. And Lai says, love you, Dokas. All right, we love you too. All right, so we're still here. If you want to be a part of the program, you can share your comments also with us. Tell me about it with Esi K. All right, so are there...
yeah, so now I think we have to talk about the pros of stereotype. Everything has an advantage. And then one advantage of stereotype is that it is useful in a new situation. It's useful for an individual in a new situation when he or she has to make like a quick judgment or a decision. For example, if you have to be around a member of the royal family, and then you go in there, you have the stereotype that they are reserved, they are formal and stuff. So you respond in a respectful manner, and then that would help you communicate with them, and then you follow their behavior. And then also, it helps us understand our environment, because since we are categorizing people in a particular group or something, it helps us form an expectations of the group and then stuff. Like I said, the media does negative stereotyping. But the same media can stereotype against celebrities in a positive direction, where the celebrities become role models and then stuff for individuals, and then people would want to push up. So it becomes like a good thing. But then the downside is that someone would judge you based on what they've heard about the particular group you are in, and then you do not get an opportunity to become a unique person, because before the person speaks to you, the person has already made a judgment about who you are. Yep. And then some people may also assume that because you are probably in the same particular age group, like your parents will be like, the youth of today, we've already been grouped in a particular way, cycle that, okay, in Kolomabano, this is how they are. So you don't become a unique individual again. You become like someone in the lots, and then you are kind of, and it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So I guess you're picking some notes. For our media, we can't talk much. We are all victims. And someone told me, Masa, these people, you people, this your radio thing. If you want to sell, you need to do nudity. It's only that can only sell you. Okay, so I have this comment here. It says, "Good job, Esi K. Thumbs up, girl. You're really touching on great points. Dominic, you are forgiven. You can mention it." All right, thank you. Okay, about crucifying the name. Okay, I don't worry, I'll correct myself. All right, so Priscilla is saying that. So why is Esi K putting on a pink headset and you, Dominic, you are in the blue? Is also a stereotype of color. It's true.
It is.
Okay.
I agree.
She mentioned it, but you know. All right, so I have this comment here. It's coming from WhatsApp. If I don't read it, is it the truth is Jesus wept. So men get emotional sometimes, but we usually hide it because I'm fragile, and so please, Jesus wept. So man, if you are cry. Now it is kind of bad for the poor to grow old in Ghana. How do we treat this stereotype? Yeah, he said. You see, if you are poor and you grow, they tag you as either a witch or a wizard.
Oh yeah,
if you are poor.
Or a beggar.
Oh God. so which one is us, and how do we do with this? So crowd your pride, and why do you want to be poor? All right, but do you have anything to say about that?
Well, I think we as individuals, we have to change our mindsets and our perceptions. And as we are changing our mindsets and our perceptions, we are also changing those around us, the mindsets of those around us, and then their perceptions. So that as you change those people will change those. It's like, excuse me to say, coronavirus. People comment and
spread the love. All right. Okay, so Nanadu says, keep it up. So that's coming from
Gracias, thank you.
All right. Do you have some more?
Oh yes, I just want to say that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
Okay.
You know, there's this saying that do not judge a book by its cover.
Right.
So don't judge a human or someone based on their appearance or anything. You should always have an open mind.
Sure.
And because you encountered probably a female boss or something who was rude, doesn't mean that every female boss is rude. Because you encountered a male boss that is rude does not mean that you're supposed to everyone is rude. Every male boss is rude. So you shouldn't judge people by their gender, their ethnicity. Just have an open mind and try to know the individual without judging the person. Later you can draw your own conclusions or have your perceptions, but then you should always be open-minded to people's opinions, beliefs, and stuff. Yeah.
All right, so let's be open-minded. You heard it all. Let's be open-minded. Okay, so this is the maiden edition of Tell Me About It. So if you joined late, you've missed a lot right from the beginning. You see,
popularly known for their K-pop. What I would say, that's what I have to say about that.
Okay, all right. So you heard the answers to your questions. It's still Tell Me About It with Esi K on Peny Radio and Peny GH on YouTube. All right, so this is the maiden edition. I think next week we'll be here. Hope you guys are joining us.
Yeah.
All right. So it has been a wonderful moment. Did you want to say some thanks to some people?
Oh, yes. As we draw the curtains for this week's episode, I'd like to thank our listeners for tuning in, as I couldn't have done this without them. And then I'm really grateful to everyone for your support and everything. Thank you very much. Gracias, kamsahamnida. Stay safe and then stay blessed.
All right. So we also want to say a very big thank you to Esi for telling us about these issues. Okay. Some of us. All right. So it is tell me about it with Esi K. So if you missed the beginning, please you can watch the video on YouTube, Peny GH. Okay, our YouTube channel, so that you don't miss any of the segment. So Richmond said, societal stereotype prohibits men from reporting abuse, even to the police. So please, let's take notes. Okay, report the issue. If a woman slaps you, report. All right, so this is where we will end it all. This is where we will end it all. We want to say a very big thank you for joining us, and don't forget we have some few minutes to start the hour of prayer. We want to say a very big thank you to all our viewers and all our listeners. Thank you for joining us. So next week, please join us early, because we will start early. It's Tell Me About It with Esi K right here on Peny Radio and Peny GH. So God bless you. Let's meet same time next week.